Good morning, everyone. I hope you're okay. Sorry for our lack of content this week. It has been a crazy, mad week. We've just had loads to do, and the week has just passed us by so fast. There's just literally not been a spare minute. But I wanted to come on and just say hi. We're fine. Everything's fine. It is just a case that we are just like super busy. So I'm currently sat again in Asda car park. Our little chats from Asda car park are becoming a bit of a regular thing. But I've turned up and it's rammed. The car park is absolutely rammed, and it's like, I don't even want to go inside. But I need some food for tea today and tomorrow. That's all I'm coming for, because I just need to be in and out, because it's just gonna be horrendous. So while I'm mustering up the enthusiasm, and everybody's staring at me, to go in, I thought I'd come on and say hello. Hope you're all okay. We are all totally fine. And I just thought, I'm just going to sit here and have a little chat with you, and try and muster some enthusiasm to enter Asda, because it's going to be horrible. But what can we talk about today? Oh, I know what we can talk about today. Kids. Let's talk about kids. So, all I ever wanted to be when I was younger was a mum, right? So I am like super privileged and grateful to now have 5 children that are just, and to be honest, they're amazing. I love them to bits. They're great kids. Absolutely. Don't really cause us much trouble at all. To say they're all boys, we don't get much hassle. But when I first became a mum in the early 2000s with Kieran, I was working full time, and I absolutely loved my job. It was amazing, loved it. It was the job that I wanted. But my desire to be at home with Kieran was stronger. So I decided, I need a plan. I need to do something else. So I did. I trained to be a childminder. I was paying a childminder at the time to look after him. So it's like, this is crazy. I could do that. So I did all the necessary things that I needed to do to satisfy Ofsted. I did the night college course. I did first aid training, did all of that. Got registered with Ofsted, quit my job. But back then, you see, I only got 14 weeks maternity leave. It was none of this privilege now where you get like 9 months of a year. It was like 14 weeks. So I didn't get long at home with him anyway. So anyway, became registered as a childminder, quit my job. Had one little boy who was a similar age to Kieran. So by now, Kieran was, I think he was just over a year old. Had one little boy who was a similar age. That was great. Go to the play groups and everything else. Then I got 2 little girls who were also a similar age, but I managed to work it out where they all came on different days, because for Ofsted you can only have 3 children under 5, and I had to count Kieran in my numbers. So that worked perfectly. Great. We could go out, we could go to play group. I went to a different play group every day. They loved it. I was the crazy woman that was there pushing the double buggy with an attached buggy board on. And little did I know that a few years later, it would be our own kids in the double buggy with the buggy board on the back. But crazy times. But anyway, I had these 4 little kids, all on different days. And I think it was just an amazing stage when they're all like 12 to 18 months and they're inquisitive and they're learning and exploring and stuff like that. But some of these kids had older siblings. So in the holidays, the older ones used to come, and I also did before and after school care for kids. And I had 2 boys, and their mum was a nurse, and she used to drop them off at 5:30 in the morning. How crazy was that? That was like madness, getting up to have these 2 boys, and I think they were like age 10 and 12, so they used to come really early, then I used to have to do the school run. And then I had another 2 lads after school, and their mum used to work till 7 o'clock at night. So one night a week, they used to come till 7 o'clock at night. They were also older. And at that point, I realised that actually I prefer the little kids. And I don't know if that was just purely because that's what age Kieran was. So that was the stage in our life, that this baby stage that we was going through. Or maybe it was just because it was easy. You could take them to play group. Whereas in the holidays, I was taking these older kids out here, there and everywhere. And they're like, oh, we're bored, we want to go home and everything. And I get it, you put another kid in somebody else's house for the day and they haven't got all their creature comforts and what they want to do. It is difficult, and I get that. But anyway, at the time, I preferred the little ones. So then it's like, when Kieran grows older, this is going to get rubbish. When I've passed the little baby stage and the toddler stage and everything else, it's going to get rubbish. But actually, it didn't. It becomes different as they transition through life. Every stage becomes different. And even Shane and I were saying the other day, it doesn't get harder. It's no harder now they're teenagers than when they was babies. It just changes and just becomes a different set of problems and a different set of issues and that you have to deal with. So yeah, so as he progressed through life, every stage just became interesting and different, and it was great to see him evolve. And you know, he's done his GCSEs and A-levels and left home and got a job and all that, and we've been there through all of that, and it's great. And now we're going through it again. But I do now think that was only because at the time them children weren't mine, so you don't have the same rapport and everything, whereas now we're watching all of ours go through secondary school. You know, we're doing GCSEs again, we're doing A-levels and everything like that. And I just think teenagers get a lot of bad press, but actually we've currently got 3 teenagers and they're actually quite funny. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not all rosy, you know, there is the bad with it as well. You know, the attitudes and they're staying up late, getting up late, you know, it's not all hunky-dory and perfect. They're quite lazy at times, they don't do much to help, but you know, we take the rough with the smooth. But on the whole, I do think they get a lot of bad press, and there are some teenagers out there that are just like ridiculous and off the rails and causing trouble, and it's not necessary, you know, and stuff like that. But I have to say, I have been well educated by teenagers as to all the new words that are out there and the new terminology, and it's like we could almost be educated on a daily basis. I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I would not want to be at school ever again as a teenager now, and I wouldn't even want to be a teacher because, oh my God, some of the stories that come out of what's happened in a day, you could not even make it up. And I think it's good that kids have got a character sometimes, and some of the stuff you think, the school's overreacted, they shouldn't have got that punishment for that. But it's just what they're doing now, isn't it? And I suppose they've got to keep 1,000 kids under control or whatever. But yeah, I am singing the praises of teenagers. Don't tar them all with the same brush. They're not all bad. And luckily, we've got a good set of kids. They don't cause us much trouble. Don't bring us any trouble whatsoever. They're quite good to say they're all boys. But even their friends, a lot of their friends are just so lovely. You know, there's always going to be good kids and bad kids in the school year, but on the whole, I don't think we should give the teenagers the bad press that they get all the time. I think a high majority of them are quite polite, you know, and quite helpful, and even the teenagers that we see out and about and the kids that we don't know who they are and they're not our kids' friends, even then I've never had any trouble with teenagers and kids. I think they've always been quite polite, you know, and way back when I was a crazy woman with a double buggy with a buggy board on, they've held doors open for me, they've moved out of the way, they've waited. I can't say anything wrong about teenagers. So, yeah, that's my mum life vlog today. I am bigging up the teenagers today. I think they deserve more praise than what they actually get at times. But yeah, I need to stop waffling now because I've actually recorded this video 4 times. So I've actually been sat here quite a while now. This is the 4th time I've recorded this video this morning, so this is it, the final cut. There we go, that is it. I hope you all have a lovely day. I am now going to brave it and go into Asda. Haven't even got a very long list. I just need a few things for tea today and tomorrow. So yeah, don't even need a lot. So we'll see how we get on. And hopefully it won't be too crazy in there. But yeah, I'm not very hopeful because the car park's rammed. Anyway, have a great day, whatever you're doing, and we will be back with more content really soon, I promise. Just life's been like super busy this week, but we're okay. Hope you are all right. Hope you are all okay too. And I will look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care. Goodbye.